I hear you, my friend.
Good evening, everyone. We'd like to call in order the City of Joliet pre-council meeting for January 31st. Mayor Bob Dekirk presiding.
Mayor, before roll call, we did receive a request from Councilman Guerrero and Councilwoman Gavin to attend remotely. Is there consensus to move forward with that?
You need a,
Just consensus is fine, if that's okay.
yes,
Okay. So for roll call, Mayor Dekirk,
here,
Councilman Clement,
Here.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Here,
Councilman Guerrero,
Here.
Councilman Hug,
here,
Councilman Moore,
Here.
Councilman Mudrin,
Here.
Councilwoman Coleman,
here.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Here.
First on the agenda is citizens to be heard on agenda items. Is there anyone that would like to speak on an agenda item this evening? Seeing none, we'll have the city manager discuss the items on the agenda.
Thank you. First up is position vacancies, and these are vacancies for summer interns. Public Utilities has summer laborers up to 4. Plant Operations is asking for a laboratory intern of 1. Public Works, roadways, summer laborers up to 6. Public Works, again, urban forestry, up to 3 positions. Summer laborers for fleet, 2 positions. Community Development and Planning, Historic Preservation, 1. And Public Utilities Engineering, summer intern, 4 positions. So we're asking that the council approve that so we can get those posted as quickly as possible and start recruiting those individuals. That's agenda item 6522. Agenda item 6622, which is a sole source purchase for ZETX scan suite with a TSM A6 drive test. And that's the scanner and associated hardware for the police department. And it's for to record the strength and quality of signals from cell phones and cell phone towers. Next, 6722 is award of professional service contracts for the 2022 and 2023 National Bridge Inspection. These are for Joliet-specific city-owned bridges, so this does not involve the Cass Street bridges. So that's, again, only for city-owned bridges. Next is item 6822, which is a professional services contract with Rempe Sharp and Associates for the downtown floodplain levy project in the amount of $199,798.00. Again, this is a levy program that we've continually talked about here that needs to be done to help avoid having those people on the east side pay higher floodplain insurance. 69-22 is change order number 5 for the 2020 sanitary sewer rehabilitation program to Performance Pipelining in the amount of negative $231,894.47. So that's a rebate to us. Next is change order is 70-22, change order number 1 for the 2020 roadway resurfacing contract date to PT Farrow Construction in the amount of, again, negative $40,780.17 and a payment in amount of $12,216.29. So they'll be, we'll wind up getting a refund on some of that. Next is 71-22, change order 1 for the 2020 roadways resurfacing contract, again, to PT Farrow Construction in the amount of $100,492.03 and the payment and final amount of $185,588.72. Next is 72-22, change order number 1, which is a negative $202,815.65 and a payment estimate and final amount of $105,660.55 for the Reedwood Phase 1 Water Main Improvements Project to Brandt Excavating. Under ordinance and resolutions, 7422, which is a ordinance to defease the 2014A water and sewer bonds. And so this is a bond that is outstanding, and this is to pay off these bonds with the current funds. So we'll be retiring those bonds, which is a good story. Next is 76-22, a resolution appropriating motor fuel tax funds for the 2020 roadways resurfacing contract B-MFT, section number 20005300-00 in the amount of $100,492.03. And that's for the resurfacing projects on various streets throughout the city, funded by the motor fuel tax. A resolution declaring certain City of Joliet property as surplus, that's 77-22. Those are old vehicles that are no longer in service or unserviceable, and so we'd like to have those declared as surplus so we can dispose of them. Next is 78-22, a resolution authorizing a CDBG sub-recipient agreement with the Boys and Girls Club of Joliet. And that's allocate up to $48,000 for that particular Boys and Girls Club from the CDBG funds that the city gets. Next item is 79-22, a resolution approving the preliminary agreement regarding formation of a regional water commission, making a preliminary declaration for the future Lake Michigan water needs and other related matters. So this is a very important agreement. It starts to line out the consortium of water that we're, agreements that we are starting to sign with other communities. So this is the first step in one of many, as we hope to have other communities join our program. Next is the 80-22, a resolution approving a memorandum of understanding regarding shared water delivery services with the village of Shanahan. So that's good news. Again, 81-22, a resolution authorizing CDBG subrecipient agreement with Holstein Human Capital Development, and that's for up to $90,000 for the for Holstein Human Capital Development, which includes case management and social service coordination for the Riverwalks Homes Community Service Center. Next, item 82-22 has been withdrawn at the request of the petitioner, which was a resolution denying a special use permit to allow women's opiate addiction supportive living facility on Copperfield Avenue.
Jim, I have a question about A122.
Yes, sir.
You're not gonna know it offhand, but, is this money, if you can give me an answer about, is this going towards something that we're being ordered to do per the federal settlement? Or is this something outside of that? I'm just kinda curious.
I can't answer with any specificity. I will check with Mr. George said tomorrow to find out. But I believe it's something that we are obligated to do, even if somebody else owned that particular place. It's kind of a, but I will find out and get you a direct answer, Mayor.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor,
Yes,
Jim, I have a question. Will they be here tomorrow, Mr. Holston and them, for this resolution?
For the 81-22,
Yes.
I don't believe that they had indicated that they would be coming here. I could call them and have them come here if you'd like.
Well, the
Councilman.
reason I'm calling is because I was at a neighborhood meeting, and the neighbors that live around that area, they said that there has been a lot of garbage within the confines of the Riverwalk, not on the outside on Cass Street and Broadway, but on the inside where their fences are and everything, and then some on the outside. I guess it's been a problem for a while, and they did contact.
Can't hear either.
Can't help that. It's not their fault.
I'm sorry, we can't hear you. Councilwoman,
computer. Go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead, Councilman.
Anyway, called neighborhood services, they went over and they checked things and things were done, but they said this has been an ongoing problem, and I was surprised since management has, I mean, it's on the residents' side, not the city side, but a lot of it sometimes overflows onto the city side, so if you could ask them if they could just keep a better eye on that, we'd appreciate it.
Absolutely, Councilwoman. I will convey your
They did
concerns.
neighborhood services, when they did go over there after the complaint, they went and, checked it out, and I think things had been taken care of, but, we just can't have that.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
IT, has that been fixed, you know?
I'm sorry,
They couldn't hear.
I think so. Are we good now?
yeah, Councilwoman Quillman was a little bit low. We couldn't hear her concerns. I don't know if Caesar, could you hear?
All right, well, that's fine, as long as you can hear.
I can't hear Caesar, so there you go.
He's muted.
He's muted.
You mute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't hear the first part. It got a little bit better at the end.
Yeah, a little bit better at the end, but at the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
It's just clean up the garbage at Riverwalk, that was all.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, good deal.
Thank you.
you.
all right. So that leaves city manager comments. I'd like to say that we know that we're gonna get a storm tomorrow. So, advise residents to drive safely. We're unsure yet as to how much snow we will get. The weather service has said that we're right in the middle of getting, they can't really say how much snow Joliet is gonna get. We will get snow. We are prepared to deal with it. It doesn't really, as much snow as we get, we'll deal with it. So I want people to put their minds at ease about that. We will have trucks and salt trucks out on the street. And but again, drive carefully and everybody be careful. That concludes my remarks, Mayor.
If I could add to that, we do have an ordinance about, if there's over 2 inches of snow while parking on the street, at least until plow can get down your street. That's an ongoing issue, but we're gonna get more than 2 inches, I'm pretty sure. So please be mindful of that. It allows our plows to operate safer and quicker to get through the neighborhood. So, the other thing that I was told by Public Works tonight is the nature of the storm. It's going to rain first, which will freeze, so there'll be a layer of ice underneath the snow, which is gonna make it a little bit more difficult than the average winter storm. And the other thing is the length of the storm. We're gonna have plow drivers that are gonna be plowing for 3 or 4 days. So, like you said, we'll respond, we're gonna get the job done, but please be mindful, this is a little bit different than an average snowfall, it would appear.
That's correct. Thank you, Mayor.
I do have one more thing,
Yes.
along those lines. The same neighborhood meeting, can you hear me? Betty? Okay,
I can hear you, Councilwoman.
all right. They wanted to know who's responsible for shoveling these spaces at the Pace bus stops? Because that gets full of snow, and the plows go down, and then the people that are waiting for a bus have nowhere to go. Is Pace responsible for that, or are we?
I don't know if we're responsible. In the past, we've done it though. We've had some of our city crews do it. Again, if it's a 3 or 4 day storm, it may take a little bit to get there, but we could follow up on that also.
Sure, absolutely.
So it all came from that neighborhood meeting. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Mayor,
Yes.
just to clarify for everybody listening, sometimes they get a little bit angry with the crews out there because they'll come down the middle of the street only. They have to understand what they're doing is they do the main roads and arterials first, and they'll break away and they'll do one sweep early on so that at least your road is open. They will be coming back later. In this case, it could be a day or two later to clean up the, either side. So don't get impatient on that. That's how they do it. It's good that they're even coming through for that one sweep instead of waiting till the end to start anything in the neighborhoods. They're trying to make a balance. So people need to know that, and the mayor is correct. You got to move your cars into your driveways if you have room. We do it, and we've got 5 cars, so it's over the sidewalk. But who's walking in a blizzard, right? But because I've had people complaining, I've driven by, and you can see, well, you had a car parked there. That's why they went around there. You can see where it was. You got to move your cars because when they come through and finish it up, they're not going to come back later that day just for that car.
Right.
Next is public comments. Is there anyone that would like to speak under public comments this evening? Seeing none, there is a request for closed session. Is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel, collective bargaining, land acquisition or conveyance pending or threatened litigation, after which the meeting will be adjourned?
So moved.
Second?
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin?
Aye.
Councilman Guerrero?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilman Morris?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Motion carried.